Hey, this is James Glass, and I'm here working on my tiny home, which is a converted single wide trailer that I'm bringing up above, way up above minimum building code. Just quick, in case you're new to the channel, 9.5-inch walls with R34, energy recovery ventilator, R20 to R60 in the ceiling, double subfloor, super tight, taped all the insulation, yada 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 yada. Anyway, so what I want to talk about today is venting. So I have hooked up all of my drains in the crawl space, and I would refer you to either of the current sort of codes and your state or local code, depending upon whether you're in Dillon Rule state, on how to hook up. The details of how to hook up and what fittings to use for drain, waste, and vent. I want to talk in a more broad way about how important venting is, and why you should have a ton of it. So in this case, I've got a master bathroom here, and it's a three-piece. There's a shower unit, the toilet goes back over there, and the sink goes where the ladder is. And about 10 feet away, I've got a kitchen sink. So what I've done with this system is vent the heck out of it. So all of my drain lines underneath the house are 3-inch. Where I have a toilet, there'll be 2 toilets in the house. I have a 4-inch that drops down to a 4x3 closet bed because I like a nice airy drop for the toilet. So the new toilets that are 1.6 gallon flush, not like the ones in the 90s, they do a better job of flushing. But just in case somebody puts a lot of paper in there, or you have a particularly vigorous bathroom experience, it's nice to have a 4-inch pipe to drop everything that's in the toilet down into. And so underneath the house, it's literally all 3-inch. In the case of the washing machine and the bathroom sink, the lav and the washer drop into the 3-inch pipe. And in the case of the kitchen sink, same thing. The kitchen sink goes into a 3-inch pipe. And that does not have an AAV on it, doesn't need it, because since it is a 3-inch pipe, vertical pipe, I'm dropping the sink into such a big pipe, I can have the vent within, is it 16 feet or 18 feet? As long as I vent within 16 or 18 feet of that, I don't need an AAV, which is awesome. And plus, I've got a nice, with the disposal here, I've got a nice drop to my building drain. And that's great. And here's my 3-inch pipe that goes all the way through the roof. Right? Lots of air can get in there. That's the roof penetration. Now, I could have not done this 2-inch to the shower and the toilet, because the 3-inch was enough. See, that 2-inch comes over and goes down, and where that turns in the 4x3 and drains that way and picks up the shower P-trap, in between those two, there's a full 2-inch vent pipe that comes up and connects into here. And let me tell you why I did that. By the way, building code would have even allowed 1.5 inches for this, and 1.5 inches for this, and an AAV out there. But I went 3 and 2, lots of air behind water. And that's the important part about venting your house. Keep in mind, I'm going to have another 3-inch drain in the hallway bathroom on the other end of the trailer. So this will be very, very well vented. I'll have no problem with this big 3-inch pipe getting plenty of air behind the water that runs through. And here's why that's so vitally important. Here's the reason you want such great venting. If the venting is inadequate, no venting or undersized venting, you can get a siphon effect where the water rushing through the pipe creates a vacuum behind it. And that vacuum can pull the water out of the traps. For example, so here's a trap for the washing machine. And that's a really, really big deal. Because if you don't have any water in this trap, sewer gases will come right up into your house. And if you don't have any venting
and you have and you're really pulling a vacuum and it's just whoosh down the pipe, draining can actually be slower because there's no balance of pressure for the water. Once that vacuum starts to form, not only can you suck the water out of the traps, the water in the pipes has a hard time flowing. That's problematic for multiple reasons because solids can get left behind, even if you pitch the drains properly. So for a 3-inch pipe, for example, it's got to be pitched between 1/8 and 1/2 per foot per inch, depending upon what you got, what your needs are. Well, if the water runs on and the solids remain behind, food particles, whatever, dirt, grease, that just builds up in the pipe and clogs them. So that's why you got to have lots of venting. And you can look up all kinds of building code for the details. I just want to talk about how vitally important it is to vent. For example, well, I'll just give you one little doodad. The distance from the vent over to the drop has to be double the size of the pipe. So this is a 2-inch pipe, so I couldn't just bring this trap directly into this hub and drop it. I needed at least double the size, and this is 4¼ inches. So that's an example of the minimum distance. There are also maximum distance, and you can look up drain fixture units, and you can do all kinds of stuff. If you're actually plumbing, just go get a plumbing book, get a code book, you'll be fine. But just remember, you can never, ever skimp on venting, and venting more is better than venting minimum building code. Hey, thanks for watching.